Hello everyone, thank you for watching my channel. I just prepped the nails that I will be using today, and I am using C&D Retention Plus monomer. I will also be using OPI Perfectly White acrylic, and I will be using Mia's Secret Cover Pink acrylic. It has a little bit of shimmer to it and it's one of my favorites. The blue acrylic I will be using is one of my mixes that I made myself with glitter and crystal clear Mia Secrets acrylic. The first nail I will be starting with is one of the block nails. I start by the cuticle, put a nice bead, not too wet, not too dry, enough to be able to stay in place. And I use the brush to extend it to the length I want, and I use the side of the brush to pat it down so that way I don't have a lot of filing to do to shape it to where I want it. Move on to a different nail, and I will let this nail harden so then I can go back into it and file. I will be using Young Nails Crystal Clear, their Speed Acrylic. I use this when I have clients. I use this first as a very thin layer so that none of the colors that I choose taint the nail, and also if it's acrylic, it's just easier to remove glitter acrylic when I have clear acrylic on top. But I will be using this on this video to encapsulate the blue as well, because if I file down on the blue, I can take off chunks of the acrylic. So this will prevent it. And for the pink and white, I do not need to encapsulate it. Only the blue, because that has glitter in it. The pink and white is strong enough to be by themselves and to be filed down on. This nail will be an all blue nail glitter acrylic, and I will be putting a beautiful blue Millard, not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I put it right on top of the glitter acrylic because it is still wet, so it will stick to it. For some reason, if it dries or you just take your time with it and it dries, you can always add a little bit of clear acrylic just to hold on the Mylar. I am now filing the block nail to a crisp line just to make it easier when I apply the next colors. Also, this is a practice hand, so I am not being careful whatsoever on my filing techniques, but on one of my clients, I want to make sure that I don't cause any heat or friction when I file, so I'll be a lot more gentle, and I will make sure I get the sidewalls and the skin away from the file. I am applying the Perfect White from OPI, and it doesn't matter if you overlap the white onto the pink or any other color, because I will be filing this down with my electric file so I can remove all that. I just want to make sure I make the lines as crisp as possible so that I do less filing. I will apply a thin layer of clear acrylic on top of this blue glitter just to secure it from filing, to make sure none of the glitter acrylic comes off in chunks or simply gets filed away. Now with the semi-wet bead, I will be encapsulating the Millard blue glitter nail. Just make sure that your beads are a lot more wet than normal, simply because when you have thick chunky acrylic or Mylar pieces like I do here, the acrylic can get in between all that and encapsulate it really nice. Any pieces that are sticking out can easily be filed off, so that is no worry. You do not have to build the clear acrylic up to their level, because that would just create an extremely thick nail. You want to keep it thin. You just want to encapsulate what you can and file off everything else. Now will be a full pink nail. I will just put this Mia Secrets Cover Pink on the entire nail and probably put some crystals afterwards. I just wanted more pink because I felt like I had too much blue going on. That way there's some sort of balance. On this nail, we will be doing a slant sort of French nail. So I would put the bead on the cuticle, and then I would start creating a horizontal kind of slant towards it, and I will just do the white next and then the blue following it. But just making sure I have enough acrylic and that my lines are as straight as possible, so that, or should I say as sharp as possible, so that I don't have too much filing to do. Now I'm going back to my block nail, making sure that I file a nice sharp line so that I can start on my pink. And now the way I'm filing onto the nail, you don't need to file that way, and if you do on a client, you want to make sure you're just very careful, because you're filing directly onto, well, not directly to their nail. As long as you put a clear layer of acrylic, you'll be fine, but you still want to be very careful. I like to do this because I just like to perfect the lines as much as possible, but you don't necessarily have to file downwards that way. I am now going to be filing down a nice crisp line, and you want to make sure you do as much cleaning as possible to make it a perfect block nail for the next color. I am now applying the white, and if you go over, like I said before, it does not matter, you can always file that off, but you just want to clean it to save yourself some time and energy, and just to make it look a lot better as well. As you can see me, I'm always going back with my brush. I'm also adding a little bit more glitter just because I feel it's getting very transparent, and I'm also cleaning my brush. Whenever acrylic starts sticking to your brush and it becomes kind of gummy feeling, that means that you need to clean your brush. That way the acrylic does not stick to your brush and it lays on the nail. And just remember, when you use any glitter acrylics or any dark acrylics, to encapsulate them in clear. I do that, I just don't show it on the video just because you don't want the chunks of color to come out or the glitter, or sometimes it just gives a really weird effect, like a scratched effect when you use a file. I will now be shaping and filing each and every one of my nails. I'll be using my 180 grit file, and I will be using my electric file to take down any thickness or any imperfections of the nails, and I will do this to all 4 nails. It does look like I'm going really fast, but I did speed up my video, so just make sure you always lift the file, the electric file, because you will be causing heat and friction onto the nail. So you can go as fast as you can, but always lift, don't leave it and rock it back and forth on the nail. And this is how the nails look all done. I would be dusting off any powders and cleansing the nail with alcohol. At this moment is when I apply my crystals. I use regular nail glue. Whatever nail glue you use to apply your nail tips works fine. There are faster drying ones and slower drying ones for crystals. I recommend medium to fast drying because you do not want the crystals to be flying everywhere, but at the same time you don't want to just apply a crystal and not be able to move it afterwards. So the blue beads that you see, I got as a gift from Mexico from a family member who is also a nail tech. And the other crystals that I apply were mine. And the wax pencil I got from AliExpress. I will not be using IBD Intense Seal. This is only UV cured. They do have an LED and UV one, but this is just one I like to use on my mannequins because it is just UV and it's a lot longer curing, which I don't mind on a mannequin, but not on a client. Now, when I put this top coat on, as you see in all the nails, I push the top coat in between the crystals. I do not overflow the crystals. I do not top coat the crystals because it will take away the shine. I simply just grab the bead and push it in towards the crystals to seal them as much as I can, and then I cover the rest of the nail with the top coat. I use this detailed brush with some top coat to get in between crystals, around the crystals, around the cuticle, because sometimes I do funny little designs, so I want to make sure that I got most, if not all, my crystals secure. So I just go around very gently to make sure I do not cover any of the crystals, because this will make the crystals shine stop by putting it on top of them. So you want to just go around it very lightly just to secure them so they do not fall. This lasts anywhere from 3 to 4, even 5 weeks. This is the final look. My mylar nail, my black nail, then the just pink one with extreme bling on it, and my blocked sideways nail. If you do like this and you would like to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe to my channel, and comment below for any tips, ideas, or anything you would like to see. Thank you for watching.